Kübra and welcome to my art channel. I don't know about you, but I'm totally a scanner type, means I'm pretty much interested in everything but never take anything to the end basically. So I get tons of art stuff and never really try to learn how to use it correctly. But this is what I did today. I got alcoholic markers a long time ago but never really tried to figure out how to use them. But before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram at Child of Two Nations Art. It would really help me a lot. And with that out of the way, first I watched some tutorials and collected some tips and tricks that would help me create a drawing, because I had basically no idea how to use alcoholic markers. I'll make sure to link the videos I watched in the description below.
So the most basic tips that I collected are, for example, plan everything out, because markers don't let you correct yourself a lot. Try to have different tips to create different shapes and lines. Try to block in as many colors and backgrounds very early in the drawing, so you know how the colors look with each other. One very interesting tip that I heard was to treat your markers like watercolors, so always from light to dark and wait for it to dry before you add layers. So the markers that I used are the Delta markers. And since I'm a beginner, I can't really tell you anything about them because I don't have any comparison, but they do have two tips, one larger and one smaller tip. And then I'm also using the Delta paper, which goes with the markers, and it's very thin, kind of see-through. So first I tried to do a little sketch to see how the colors blend, how they look on the paper. And it was really hard for me to find the right colors. I used a way too dark purple for the shades, so I tossed this sketch aside and started completely new with a sketch of a nose. And this time I used the right shade of purple for the shades, and I kind of got a hang of it a little bit. So for the real drawing, I started with the background and colored in the clothes, and then started with the skin tone. I colored in the lightest shade and then went over it with a gray, because if you layer other colors on top of it, it will not look so bright and more natural. And then basically I added all these other peach tones, and then the shades I added purple. And then it's just adding layers and layers of different colors and blending them into each other. On here you can see that I didn't wait long enough for the markers to dry before I added a new layer, and this is why it looks all patchy. So basically for the hair I did the exact same thing as for the skin, but first I kind of lined out where the hair strands will be and how the hair will look, and then I added the exact same colors to the lights and the shadows, yellow and purple, and layered, but it was kind of hard. I mean, hair in general is very hard to draw or paint, but with these markers, the thin end is still not very thin, so it's so hard to draw all these flyaways and these little hairs that stand in every direction.
follow me on Instagram, leave a comment what you think of my drawing, and maybe watch one of my other videos. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.